this moment.
In the moment.
I can see a Merry Christmas sign. Cold fun.
Oh, Andrew, how are you so tough? How are you so strong? Well, this one's got Lego.
Whoops.
9 o'clock. Pretty late. Another fact coming your way.
No, in fact.
And then there's a bloke there just watching the first Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, coming in hot.
So hold on to your butts.
Come spend 36 hours with us in Melbourne. We've never been before. We're going to cram in as much as we possibly can. But there's a few challenges with the weather. It is December 1st today. It is the first day of summer and it is the coldest day since 1996. We have had lashing rain. We have had single digit temperatures. So yeah, I'm not sure how it's gonna go down. We're gonna do some Christmassy stuff. We're gonna see as much as we possibly can. We're gonna be we're gonna be forced festive, that's what I was trying to say, and go out and do some Christmassy things, see some of the sights of Melbourne. But Andrew's wearing his shorts because he refuses to wear anything other than shorts because we're in Australia.
Summertime.
It is summertime, whereas I'm wearing trousers and I'll wear a jumper.
All layers.
Because it's cold.
It's cold.
Let's go explore Melbourne. It's high expectations. I adored Sydney, so Melbourne, you've got a high benchmark to live up to. Let's go! We've made it like 4 steps out of our apartment and it is freezing and it's still inside the building. Not looking forward to this, but then I'm still looking forward to it. It'll be fun. Cold fun. Okay, let me just edit what I was saying earlier. It's actually quite mild. I don't know what the weatherman was saying. It is, I'd maybe even say it was a little bit warm. Whoops. What a fun looking house there. I feel kind of bad for Melbourne because when we got off the train or the bus, it was rainy, it was windy, it was just miserable. And now that the sun has come out, it is gorgeous, especially down by this river. It is so pretty, everything's glistening. I can see a Merry Christmas sign and I think there's going to be a show here tonight if it's not too windy. Yeah, so far I'm liking it.
Christmas starts here.
It does indeed.
There's also a stamp mile.
Yes, well, I don't know if
where
it's an actual mile, but there's 5 stops where you can get a stamp, and if you followed our Japan series,
and you should know about stamps.
we love the
Yeah.
stamps.
So expect to see some of that shortly.
Hopefully.
Okay, first stop is going to be Fed Square, which I believe is where the Christmas tree is and some other things. So here goes. Gillian's just confessed to me that she's too hot.
I'm so excited.
So who's laughing about wearing shorts now?
My long sleeve t-shirt, my very oversized thick warm jumper and trousers was
Unnecessary. Christmas tree looks fake. What says Aussie Christmas more than a kookaburra with a Santa hat on it, eh? We've spotted the Meyer Christmas window, and for anyone that knows Toronto, it's like the Australian equivalent of the Hudson's Bay Christmas window. Well, this one's got Lego.
From Australia to Santa, they said with a swish. Time every year. Each wish must be perfect. With the jingle on the bar, it's Christmas Eve. The sleigh's in full flight. Santa is sailing through. It is a magical night.
There's something weird about being a Northern Hemisphereite and having Christmas and wearing shorts. It just doesn't feel right. Especially doesn't feel right when it's cold and I've got shorts on, as it is right now. So we're heading back to the hotel. So that's the river show, the Christmas river show. We don't think it's going to be on tonight because of the wind. So maybe it'll be a case of us coming back tomorrow night. Although 9 o'clock, pretty late.
Past
So
our bedtime.
yeah, don't expect too much. Okay, we're back in the hotel now. That was day one, well, part day one, end of part of day one, I guess. First impressions of Melbourne, really nice. Although when they say it's the coldest 1st of December since 1996, I would not recommend wearing shorts. It's getting pretty chilly now. It's beautiful to walk around and just kind of see all the buildings and obviously the Christmas stuff that's out. We had heard before we came there was quite an increased rate of crime in the sort of central business district, and it's obvious there's a big sort of bigger police presence, or community safety officer I think was the name, presence. They're like walking around in big groups in the city, so obviously there's something happening. So we kind of felt a bit on edge at times, a bit sort of wary of your surroundings, but other than that, really nice. It was pretty quiet tonight as well, so nice to walk around and just take everything in. So we will see what tomorrow brings. Here goes.
Okay, let's do it. 24 hours left in Melbourne. Let's go see some stuff. We're starting off with a walking tour. We did this with the same company. We did it in Sydney and it was phenomenal. So that starts at 10:30, which is 2 hours time. So we're going to do that, and there's also a bunch more Christmassy stuff that we want to see, and there's a bunch of like really cool buildings and stuff in Melbourne. So it's going to be a bit of a mishmash kind of day. Come with us, let's go see some shit.
So I'm wearing shorts again today. It's only about 14 degrees, and you're probably thinking, well, Andrew, how are you so tough, how are you so strong to do that? Well, my nickname in school was David Goggins, so, you know.
How's that true?
What do you mean?
David is like 10 years older than you, so how could you have had his name as your nickname when he was
No, it was
a teen?
There's a guy I went to school with, was called David Goggins, and he was really tough. So
you were named after a fellow school pupil?
yeah, I was. Well, you didn't go to my school, so you don't know. State Library of Victoria. State Library's closed, it's not open till 10, so we'll go back there. Onward. Uh-oh, look what we found. Oh no.
It's like it's in prison, stationaries.
I'm sure it'll open soon. You'll get your pens.
Don't need any.
We're trying to find a good coffee place for Gillian before the walk. And so many of them are supposedly giving off hotel breakfast vibes. I thought Melbourne was supposed to be a coffee place, but so far we're not finding any. So maybe in the comments tell us and then we'll pick it up after we've left, so we're completely useless. Thanks. Okay, we found one. A little known thing called Google, I don't know if you've heard of it, we use that to find one. Blue Doors Cafe, looks good. There it goes.
First sip.
Wait a minute, you didn't get a hot drink.
I'm boiling.
It's supposed to be cold.
Really warm.
Good? Not good?
It just tastes like black coffee. I don't want to talk too loud because I don't want to offend them, but it just tastes like black coffee to me.
Is that not what you ordered though?
Yeah, but like it's supposed to be like a coffee scene here in Melbourne. I was expecting something more than just coffee.
Okay, helpful review.
It's fine.
We've got a caffeinated G now, and we're on the way to start the walking tour. We are on the tour right now.
In this moment.
In the moment. There are going to be so many facts coming your way, so hold on to your butts.
Buckle up.
Yeah. So far, this is very, very good, this tour. Okay, Gillian's got a fact, go.
Okay, quick fact whilst we're taking a few moments break. We're in Carlton Park at the moment and there's a lot of big trees and they've got like this plastic net around them, and that is because they're non-local trees that the local possums like to go up to eat the shoots, the leaves, and essentially kills the trees. So they put these guards around them, so they're only on the non-local trees. The local trees are completely fine, and apparently the possums don't go near them. So, fact.
Facts. Another fact coming your way.
Another fact. So UNESCO sees Melbourne as the creator of the 8-hour working day. And they've got a statue that shows 888, which is 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of play. And that was in 1854, and it was due to the workers just basically working so much that they, I don't know, unionised or something, and then created the 8-hour working day, and it is still known today as Melbourne's greatest export, I think he said.
That's right, by UNESCO, yeah.
Fact.
Facts. Another fact coming your way.
No, fact. So a lot of the stone is used for buildings, but also for pavements and roads, is blue stone, although it's black, not actually blue, and it is volcanic stone, so you can see a lot of bubbles in it, and that's just natural from the lava. I don't know, but he said that that's why a lot of people in Melbourne have sore feet, knees, because it's a really hard wearing stone, which is obviously good for pavements and buildings, but it's not good for joints. And actually I do have really quite sore feet after only being here for such a short period of time, so that makes sense.
Fact.
Bluestone.
Okay, another fact for you. So Melbourne was actually technically the first capital of Australia, because for 26 years before Canberra was built, the federal parliament sat in Melbourne. Facts.
Facts. We're just about to walk through the skinniest alleyway in Melbourne.
Facts.
That's supposed to represent a spinning ballerina's tutu.
Another fact coming your way, so Melbourne has the third largest Greek population in the world, behind Athens and Thessaloniki. Facts. Another fact coming your way.
Oh, coming in hot. The architecture, the old architecture, is inspired from France, Milan and the UK, and it's very beautiful. Facts. We are back to where we pretty much started. We're back to the library. So when we came earlier it was closed. Here is another fact for you whilst I have you. The river here is called the Yarra River, and that is because the Aboriginal folks that lived here, when they were asked by the settlers what the river was called, the Aboriginal folks said Yarra Yarra. So it was assumed that the river was called Yarra, so they called it Yarra River, but when in actual fact a literal translation is water river, because Yarra means water, and when you repeat a word twice, Yarra Yarra, it means a lot of water. So the river in Melbourne is called Water River. There you go. Let's go to the library, let's see some books.
So we're in the library, right, and you walk through the bit where everyone's like working and doing their stuff on the computers, and there's like someone online shopping, there's someone actually doing work, and then there's a bloke there just watching the first Jurassic Park movie in the library. Legend.
Yep.
Legend. This is the sort of library where you come to get the latest Danielle Steele book.
Not Danielle Steele's dog.
No. It's like the second National Treasure movie in here.
That was the library. Stunning, and definitely giving me inspo for when we have a house. I want a library exactly the same as the Dome. There are free tours at 2 p.m. I think every day, but if you do the walking tour like we did, it doesn't finish. It doesn't give you enough time to go from there to here and have lunch. Like, there's not enough time between the two. But yeah, highly recommend checking out the library. And in the library is a little bit of information about Ned Kelly and the armour that he wore when he was shot and arrested. It was really interesting just to kind of close that loop on hearing the story about Ned and what he did for the locals in terms of robbing the rich to feed the poor. Kind of like a Robin Hood story by the sounds of it. So yeah, it was really interesting just to see his armour and read a little bit more information about him. Andrew, what did you think of the tour this morning? Did you enjoy it? Oh, that's embarrassing.
Hilarious.
I thought, oh, did you enjoy the tour?
Yes. I did. No, it was great. I loved it. Really interesting. All the information about the gold rush and the sort of origins of the city I found fascinating. As good as the Sydney tour, I would say. Really enjoyed it. Really interesting. 3 hours as well, so it's a good amount of time. And they take you. I think they take you more like there's more distance covered in the Sydney tour as well. But yeah, I thought the tour guide was great, really informative, and would highly recommend once again the I'm Free tours.
Have you got a fact for us off the back
I have
of the
a fact-
tour?
Yeah, well, there's actually a busker just over there, a street performer. And did you know that in Melbourne you cannot just walk up to a street and perform? Because they've got such a strong music scene here, you have to go through an audition before you can you're able to perform in the street. Fact.
Thanks, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew, for that wonderful interview. I have another fact for you. The Prince's Theatre is where Federici died, and it is rumoured that he haunts the place, but not in a bad way, in a good way, and that they always kept a seat in the middle on the third row free for his ghost. So there you go, ghost story for you. So it's been a few hours later. I can't actually remember when we filmed last, but we were at the library, then we went for a bit of a walk around town, we've had dinner, we've done a bit of packing, and now we're heading back out. But I just wanted to look back on the stamp trail that we talked about yesterday. So you collect this from the tourist information, and you're supposed to go to 5 different spots and they give you a stamp. And if you've been to Japan or watched our Japan series, station stamps are amazing. Like, we completely got hooked on the concept of getting stamps. Thought this would be the case, and yeah, I'm not hating the game, but it wasn't as exciting as we thought it was going to be. So we got one and then just didn't do anything else. So I guess it'd be good if you've got little ones or you want to win the prize of up to $4,000, but for us, it wasn't something that we wanted to do. Let's go out for the evening. Let's go see some sunsets. One sunset. Bye. So this building was created as a bit of a homage to the gold rush era. The lines on the way up represent like a ruler, but also the space that the gold miners were given.
12 feet by 12 feet.
12 feet by 12 feet. The gold at the top is to represent the gold because of obviously the gold rush, and it is 22 karat gold in between the glass, so it is actually gold. And then the red piece is 22 meters, and that is to represent the people that died during a particular challenging time between the gold miners and the government. So yeah, that's that building.
Hashtag facts.
Facts.
Okay, you asked for another fact, you got it.
No one asked.
No one did ask, but you're going to get one anyway.
Get it.
So Melbourne as a city is quite different to other cities because that would grow organically, whereas Melbourne was kind of strategically planned out with a grid system, and it was done intentionally because the sort of early, words are really noisy, the early kind of what would you call them? Founders of this? No, not founders.
Oh, the planners.
Yeah, planners.
The
Yeah,
Hubble plan.
Hubble or something, and someone else. Mr. Byrne, actually, one of them was called Byrne, I think.
and Hubble,
They didn't want a focal point in the town, the centre of the town or city, for protesters to sort of challenge government. So they basically made it such that it does not have that. Facts. Here's another fact for you. We are making our way over to the Melbourne Cricket Ground, commonly known as the MCG, more commonly known locally as the G.
So it's going to be really confusing when I get there.
Also,
And they're like,
also known as the G.
G
this
is
one.
at the G, or
Yeah.
G is in the G.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, what?
Facts. I am a fan of cricket, so it's quite nice to be able to see the MCG because it's one of the most, if not the most, well, one of the most iconic cricket grounds in the world, along with Lord's, I would say. There she is, the G.
Here's another fact for you. As you will be aware, Melbourne has a jail, and one of its most famous residents or inhabitants was Ned Kelly. But did you know that the youngest was a 3-year-old little boy? Yep, a 3-year-old went to jail for about 6 months, and it was mostly because during the gold rush era, a lot of men left the town to go and make their fortunes, so a lot of partners and children were left behind, and so yeah, there was a lot of children just running around being disorderly.
It's called idling.
Idling. So this kid was put in jail just essentially to be looked after for 6 months until a parent came back and claimed it. So there you go. And the jail does do tours that looked really good. We just didn't have the time to do it. So if you are here and you're maybe here longer than 36 hours, then I highly encourage you to check it out. We did the prison tour in Fremantle, just outside of Perth, and it was phenomenal. So I can imagine that this one is pretty good as well. Facts.
And over there you can see the Rod Laver Arena, which is where the Australian Open takes place. Just get all the sports out here. Okay, we are nearing the end of our 36 hours in Melbourne, so we thought we'd give some thoughts. So first of all, I would say I absolutely love it. Really interesting, fascinating place. Just learning about the history of how the city came to be and how it's grown over the years, and like the gold rush and things like that. So learning all that kind of stuff's been really interesting, but also the city now as it is, and just to walk around it and see all the new mixed with the old.
Yeah, I do like it when cities have such a modern twist with that old
Yeah.
architecture. Like Sydney is also very similar in appearance. Like I like the really old stuff with all the glass and the new construction. I think it looks very pleasing to the eye.
Agree.
So we have only had 36 hours here. We obviously went and did the Great Ocean Road as well, but we've really loved it and would definitely want to come back and explore more. There's a lot more
Yeah,
that we
way
didn't
more.
have a chance to see, but I would definitely was a little bit apprehensive about coming here. In the news over the last few months, Melbourne hasn't come across particularly well, and there's been quite an uptick in random crimes.
Particularly in the CBD as well.
And you can tell by the presence of the gangs of police officers. Like we've seen 5 or 6 coppers at a time, and they're called something like
Community welfare or community safety officers, I think, or something. Yeah.
And it put me a bit more on edge, I think. But obviously they're there to help keep the public safe. So like we've not seen anything, but I was definitely a bit more cautious and holding on to my phone a bit tighter than I perhaps would have. Certainly in Sydney, we were told that it was super safe.
Yeah.
And like you're totally fine. Whereas here, I was definitely a bit more like, ugh.
Yeah.
So, but it's been great so far.
Okay, so obviously we've only been here for 36 hours, and whilst we've been here, we've learned of many more things we'd like to do. But here are a few things that we would recommend you do when you're in Melbourne.
Okay, thing to do number 1, I don't think it'll come as any surprise to you, is a walking tour. So the ones that we did are called I'm Free. Like it's called I'm Free, and it is a free tour. You just need to, they encourage you to give a donation at the end, depending on how much you think it's worth.
You do need to book it in advance
You
as
do
well.
need to book in advance, and they do have a couple of different ones. Ours was obviously during the day, but they have a later evening
they
one,
do,
which I think talks a little bit more about the darker side of Melbourne. Really great. We did it in Sydney as well. Phenomenal tour, great guides. The one that we did starts at the library at 10:30 a.m. and runs for about 3 hours. Like I would definitely say you need a good level of walking fitness because you walk a lot. In fact, we've done I think 28,000 steps today, and most of that was the tour. So that is definitely number 1. If you've got 3 hours, do this tour.
Number 2, I would say, is the Victoria State Library. It's just to walk around it is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Like the rooms are stunning, and yeah, I think it's worth it just to go for that. But there is also a free tour. I think it starts at 2 o'clock every day. We didn't unfortunately make that.
I don't think you need to book that either. I think
No,
you
I
can
think
just turn
you
up.
can just show up. Yeah, so we would have liked to have done that, but just the way things worked with the walking tour, it just didn't work out for us. But do not miss the library for sure.
Number 3 is walk along the Yarra River front. It is a beautiful path, or run along it. We walked from our hotel to the MCG, and we've been on both sides of it. It's just a really nice place. There's lots of bars and restaurants, and there's people doing water sports like kayaking and boating stuff.
Running along the river as well.
So it's a lot to see. It's really beautiful. The water is very much Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's not the most beautiful water, but yeah, it's really nice and gorgeous views of the city.
Yeah, that's true. The city views are amazing from the river.
And the sunset from the river.
Sunset is
as well.
great too, yeah. Number 4 would be to go to Carlton Park and have a walk around, maybe have a picnic for lunch as well. It's a beautiful park. It's got an exhibition building, exhibition place. I forget what it's called now.
Very grand building
very
from the
opulent.
gold mining.
Yeah, from the gold rush. Yeah, an example of the opulence of the time, I think. Nice waterfall in front of it. Water fountain, in front of it as well. But yeah, it's just nice to walk around and sit and enjoy the calmer side of Melbourne, I guess.
So the things that we did, there's a lot of things that we just didn't get an opportunity to do, and here's that list. The jail tour, that looks really good. You can do self-guided or guided.
Yeah, I think self-guided is $5 and self-guided was it 20 or 30?
30 maybe? But that looked really good, really
Yeah.
interesting. And we did the Frio prison tour many months ago, and it was fascinating. So I'd imagine that this one is very good with the Ned Kelly stories.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, number 2 would be going to see the penguins at St Kilda, coming onto the beach in the evening. We think it's a ticketed thing.
Yeah.
But that would be pretty cool to do that as well.
That would be adorable. We just did not have time this trip, but definitely would do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
When we come back. And I would definitely consider next time taking in a show. There's quite a big art scene here in Melbourne, and there's several theatres that have really good shows. So I would highly recommend, if you're here for an evening, to check out one of those.
And the last one would be the botanical gardens. We normally make a point of doing that when we go to a new place, having a picnic lunch.
Wander around.
Yeah, but again, just timing this time, we weren't really able to do it. But we have heard very good things about the botanical gardens. So that's it. That's our 36 hours in Melbourne. I think the one conclusion that I've reached is that 36 hours is not enough.
It's not.
For Melbourne.
If you're watching this thinking, I'm doing 36 hours, I want to know what to do, then you need to go to your travel agent and extend your trip.
Change your booking, because it's not long enough.
No.
I would say 5 days, maybe 4 or 5 days minimum. Certainly for us, I think. So we'll be coming back for sure at some point. I would very much like to come back.
Like, we were in Sydney for about a week.
Yeah.
And that felt like a really
that was good.
length of time to explore. And just the way things worked with us doing our road trip here and having our next flight to catch, we just weren't able to do more. So sad.
And I think we maybe didn't expect there to be as much to do here and to need as long as we had in Sydney. So I think that's maybe a lesson, is to expect a bit more here, a lot to do, I think, because you can do a lot here. One thing I would say is be prepared for changeable weather.
Oh my goodness, it kind of reminded me of Scotland today.
It's like, it is, the people joke about it like, oh, it's 4 seasons in one day, but it is true, for sure. This is the second day of summer now, but it's not really felt like summer that much.
No, it's like 17, but yet in 2 days time I think it's like 30
31
something.
Yeah, 31, it jumps up.
It's crazy.
All over the place. But yeah, absolutely loved it here. Really interesting place. The history of it, I think, for me was the most fascinating. And I said that walking tour really brings all that out and kind of tells you all about it. So,
shall we finish on one more fact?
One more fact? Yes, let's do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, the champagne. Yeah. Okay. So when the gold rush was happening, there was obviously a lot of money in Melbourne, and there was a point when it was the richest city in the world, I believe, is in the 1880s or something like that. It was the 80s, anyway, in the 1800s at some point. But it was so rich and so opulent here that there was more champagne drunk in Melbourne than there was in the entirety of France, apparently. That was the kind of gauge they were using to show how much money was being thrown around. So
on that note, subscribe, like, leave a comment. What was your most interesting fact? Do you have a fact about Melbourne that you can teach us?
Are all of ours wrong as well? Because we can't take any responsibility this time. We got all these from the tour guide.
Yep.
So it's not our fault this time.
Yeah. So
not like Perth.
If they're wrong, reach out to the I'm Free tour guides and tell them Ryan's facts were wrong.
Yeah. But put it in the comments as well. Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. The visually impaired noises for people crossing the street are a bit aggressive.
It reminds me of in Harry Potter when they need to use that beater thing.
Oh yeah.
Have the dragon.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like in Green Box.
Yeah, seems a bit unnecessary.